Welcome back to our channel. If you're new, we are here to help you pass your U.S. citizenship interview. The purpose of this video is to simulate an actual U.S. citizenship interview. This video is based on actual applicant experience and official USCIS materials for the interview. If you haven't seen our last simulated interview, go check it out here. First, I will be the immigration officer who interviews you, and you will be the applicant. I will ask a question and then pause to give you time to answer the question. You can always turn on the subtitles if you need help. Just a heads up, I may ask you some tricky questions, so pay attention. I will review them at the end in case you need some help. Are you ready? Let's go. Hi, I'm Officer Madison. I'll be interviewing you today. How's your day going so far? Great. Before we start the interview, I'll need to place you under oath. Please remain standing and raise your right hand. Do you swear that the statements you will give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Great. Please take a seat. Did anyone accompany you today? Okay. Do you have any disability that you need accommodation for during the interview? Thank you. Let's start the interview. So why do you want to apply for U.S. citizenship? Okay. And what is your eligibility? Good. I need to see your lawful permanent resident card, all of your passports, whether they are expired or not, and your state-issued identification, please. Thank you. Okay, so we will first do the civics test, then the English reading and writing test. If you pass all of them, we will then review your application and make any changes if needed. Okay? Okay. Did you study? Excellent. Okay, the first question. What did the Declaration of Independence do? Correct. Second question. Name one war in the 1800s. Good. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Great. The House of Representatives has how many voting members? Very good. Who is the Vice President of the United States now? Good. What are the first 10 amendments called? Excellent. All right, you answered 6 questions correctly and passed the civics test. Now let's move on to the reading and writing test. I'm going to have you read this sentence on the tablet for me. Okay, good. Now I'm going to have you write this sentence on the tablet. California has the most people. Okay. Thank you. Excellent. You passed the reading and writing test. Now we're going to be reviewing your application. If you need to make any changes, you can let me know during the interview. How long have you been a lawful permanent resident? Okay, so when did you get your green card? Could you tell me your full name, please? Have you used any other names? What was your last name before marriage? Is the name on your permanent resident card the same as your current legal name? Okay. Do you want to use your current legal name on the naturalization certificate? Okay. When were you born? Okay, and where were you born? What is your current citizenship? And where do you live now? Okay, can you confirm the zip code for me also? Is this also your mailing address? Okay. Have you lived anywhere else in the last 5 years? Okay. What is the best number to reach you? Thank you. Do you have an email address? Okay. Are either of your parents U.S. citizens? Were your parents married before your 18th birthday? And do they live in the U.S.? Okay. Are you currently employed? And who do you work for? How long have you been working there? Okay. And what do you do for them? What other jobs have you done for the past 5 years? Okay, thank you. Have you spent any time outside of the United States for the past 5 years? How many trips that are over 24 hours? When was the last trip outside of the United States? And what was the reason for the trip? How long were you out of the country? Okay. Are you currently single, married, or divorced or widowed? How many times have you been married? Can I see your marriage certificate? Thank you. What is your current spouse's name? Okay. Is your spouse a U.S. citizen? Can I see your spouse's birth certificate? Thank you. Where does your spouse live for the past 3 years? Okay. Do you have any children, including stepchildren? What are their names? Okay. And what are their birthdays? And where were they born? Can I see their birth certificates as well? Thank you. Do they live with you? What are your children's relationship to you? Okay, let's move on to the next section. Have you ever voted or registered to vote in any election? And why is that? Correct. Do you always file your taxes? Good. Do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes? Can I see your tax return for the past 5 years? Thank you. Have you called yourself a non-US resident on any tax return since you got your green card? And why is that? Good. Are you a member of any organizations? How long have you been a member? Do you hold any positions? Have you ever associated with the Communist Party, any totalitarian party, or any terrorist organization? Good. What is a totalitarian party? Have you ever associated with the Nazi government in Germany? Please explain to me what torture means. Have you ever been involved in torturing anyone? Have you ever been involved in forcing someone to have any kind of sexual contact or relations? Do you always allow others to practice his or her religion? Good. Were you ever a member of any guerrilla group? How about any insurgent organization? What is your understanding of insurgent organization? Have you ever recruited any child soldiers? Have you ever been cited for any reason? What was the ticket for? When did that happen? And how much was the fine? How did you resolve the ticket? Have you ever been an alcoholic? Have you ever been a prostitute or procured anyone for prostitution? Okay. What is a prostitute? Good. Have you ever practiced polygamy? Have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? Good. Just a few more questions. We're almost done. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? What is the Constitution? Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? And what is the oath of allegiance to the United States? Good. Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction? What is work of national importance? And are you willing to bear arms for the United States if needed by law? Thank you. I've made some changes based on your answers. I would like you to review them on the tablet. Make sure that everything's correct and also make sure your name is correct. Please sign here on the tablet to confirm that everything you said and the evidence you've submitted are complete, true, and correct. Okay. Finally, read section 18 and please sign, date, and print your name on the tablet to confirm your willingness and ability to take the oath of allegiance.
Okay, perfect. Congratulations. I'm recommending your application for approval, and here is a copy of your test results. If my recommendation is accepted, you will be sent a notice in the mail of when to come in for your oath ceremony. Do you have any questions for me? Great, then I'll bring you back to the customer service area. Thank you.
This concludes the interview. How did you do? As I mentioned previously, there are a few tricky questions. Let's review them. First, have you called yourself a non-US resident on any tax return since you got your green card? The answer should be no. Then the officer asked, and why is that? The officer is actually checking if you understand the word non-US resident. So you should answer, because I am a permanent legal resident in the US, and that's why I cannot claim non-US resident on my tax return. The second one is, do you always allow others to practice his or her religion? In the application on Part 12, question 14F, the question is, were you ever not letting someone practice his or her religion? The answer is no. In this case, the officer asked you in the opposite way, so the answer is actually yes. It's very important to pay attention to what the officer is asking. The third one is, have you ever been an alcoholic? This word is not actually in the N400 application. However, in Part 12, question 30A, it asks you, have you ever been a habitual drunkard? Alcoholic has the same meaning as habitual drunkard. The fourth one is, have you ever practiced polygamy? This term is also not in the N400 application. However, Part 12, question 30D asks, have you ever been married to more than one person at the same time? That is the definition of polygamy, so some officers might use that term. That's it. We hope this helps you. Drop us a line in the comment section and make sure to subscribe. Remember, practice makes perfect. Watch this video several times until you are comfortable with the questions and the format. Good luck!